Hello, my name's Mark, Happy New Year, and welcome to my Dice Tales board gaming, miniature gaming vlog. This is my first game in this 2020 year, and it was a tournament at Fanboy 3 for Kill Team. Kill Team is the Warhammer skirmish game, set in the 40k universe. 4 players turned up for the tournament, and we had a mix of armies. I had 2 armies with me to decide, and I ended up going with my Tyranids because there was another Imperial Guardsman player there. So, teams. My team was Tyranids, Imperial Guardsmen turned up, Servants of the Abyss turned up, which is the evil Chaos Forces from Blackstone Fortress, and the Grey Knights turned up. We weren't really prepared for what size armies we were going to play on the day. On the day, 2 people turned up with Arena. Myself and one of the other players, so we decided to play arena games, and we decided we want to use elites as well, so we set up 125 points in arena, and that's basically 3 missions, playing against each of the other players. How did it go? So, I had a list of 100 points. Now, looking at the videos and my still photos at the end, there's going to be a time lapse. I'm not going to do any commentary or pop-up text because those 3 games, it's a bit much. This is just a quick sort of hobby vlog really, but you can sort of see them sped up and see how I went. The first game was versus the Servants of the Abyss, then the Grey Knights, and then the Imperial Guardsmen. My list, I had 100 points in the mid list, but it was quite easy to just bump up to 125 points. And my list was 2 warriors, 1 warrior with a lash whip and bone sword, because that's the way he came modelled from eBay for me. I would love him to have 2 bone swords, but I can't find a second bone sword for him anywhere, even on eBay, unfortunately. My second warrior, again, I don't think he's modelled with the correct gun, but he's got a venom cannon and 2 bone swords. He's a heavy. And then have 2 Gene Stealers with the 2 special varieties that you can have. That means that one of them has an acid maw and the other one has flesh hooks. They are my combat specialist and veteran with the flesh hooks, just to run up the board. And finally, that fills out to 6 Hormagaunts. That's around about 100 points. And then to bump it up to 125, I added 2 normal Gene Stealers and an extra Hormagaunts, giving me about, quick math, 13-14 bodies on the board. The first game, that went to Servants of the Abyss. We'd only went to turn 2. We decided not to play round 3 because we went to time. The reason possibly, because it was first game, your first games of the day tend to be a bit slower as you get into the rules. All the other games were fast and ended before time. Also, this was the 2 largest armies with 14 bodies on each side. And in the first, probably the one with the closest deployments as well, there was a corridor between us, and we rushed into combat on the very first turn. So that's possibly why it went to time, I would expect. I would love to have a grudge match and play that player again and have a full game without any time limit, just to see how it was, because it felt like a very close game. I think I won it because at the end of turn 2, I just had a fantastic dice turn, and there are basically 2 control points. Well, there are I think 5 or 6 control points, but if you control the 2 in the centre, which I did at the end of that turn, you get extra points, which just gave me, I think, a 2-point lead on that game. Very close, and I think extra turns could have sent it either way. I was very lucky by just sort of surviving with flesh wounds, and he was very unlucky because when I was taking out his guardsmen, I was rolling 6s. That was fantastic. And also I did play the command point Acid Splash when one of his beastmen took out one of my Gene Stealers or Hormagaunts. I Acid Splashed him and gave him a mortal wound and took him off the table. That's always nice. I like that little bit of narrative aliens acid blood splash. So that was a fun game, probably my favourite game of the day, to be honest. My second game went up against the Grey Knights. I don't think I went very tactically strong here. One thing that stuck in my mind is I had the opportunity to open a door and give myself, subject myself to a round of fire from the Grey Knights up the corridor. However, I kept the door closed. Then he could come up to the door, and next turn he kept it closed when I really wanted to jump on him with my nasty pointy teeth. So very I don't know, didn't play it tactically well. That gave him the extra points. I think it was very even on points. I think he may have scored a body bounty hunter or two, but I managed to keep my points fairly equal because I always had the domination of the centre of the board. One thing out of this game is that we had a rules contest. Rules contest. The rules were contested. He said I couldn't shoot my flesh hooks into combat. He said it was a recent errata or a recent designer note. I let him have it because my flesh hooks probably weren't going to wound a marine anyway, but I wasn't sure it was right. I've since been scouring FAQs and forums, and I can't find anything that says I can't shoot flesh hooks into combat. Flesh hooks are not pistols, they're assault weapons. So I have 3 flesh hooks, 2 on my one on each of my warriors and one of the gene stealers. And basically the setup was we were in a corridor, had a gene stealer fighting a Grey Knight and a warrior outside of combat. This warrior was using his weapon to shoot something through the combat. You know, they get obscured, you can shoot over the combat because I'm large enough to see and such like that. But then I also, because it was only 6 inches away, I wanted to shoot my flesh hooks at the marine fighting the gene stealer. And the flesh hooks have a special rule that let them do that. As I say, he thought that had been errata or changed recently, but I can't find any evidence. If you do know of that any, let me know, post a link below. I'm going to keep shooting my flesh hooks into combat in future games until I can find anything that says otherwise. Also in that game, I didn't play very well with my Gene Stealer specialists. They seemed to be in the wrong places, behind doors. He was overwatching one long corridor. I should have probably really flanked it and just risked the shots. Relied on my invulnerability save and speed to try and race up to him and lock him down. I didn't play that one to the best of my abilities. The dice probably held in there. I think I was taking it. I had to use my command points that when he wounded me, I think he might have got a few psychic attacks on me, and when he wounded me, I negated a takeout to just a flesh wound. And I'm using was it the Kraken or Leviathan? The one where if you're within 6 and you roll a 6, you don't take the wound. I also had that special ability. I think I managed to roll that once at least. But another thing was I was caught out with the sign-ups because the doors, it's not a bubble. It can't go through walls because one of the two doors were locked off. I couldn't use my sign-ups on 1 or 2 of my home guns. I think it was a turn when I was locked behind the door anyway, so it didn't really come into play. I don't really expect the home guns to do much apart from tie someone up and stop them moving, but sometimes you get lucky hits and then sucker punches, just like you do with the guardsman. Anyway, I wasn't happy with the way that game went. Enjoyable, good opponent. I played against Galapox in the past. I don't know if I've got a video on that. Yeah, very strong opponent, but as I say, just double check your flesh hook rulings. The third and final game, that was versus the Imperial Guard. He had a Bulgrin with a mace and an Ogren with a Flesh Ripper. I came out the gate hot on this one. I was storming up and advancing and rolling quite high advance rolls to get my bodies on each of the objectives. When my warriors finally caught up, they took off the guardsmen on my opponent's objectives, basically giving me the swing in the game and the points advantage. I also managed to score a death from afar. This one we played with a random secondary objectives. The first 2 games we played with the look at what the mission gives you and choose the 3 that you want. Servants of the Abyss one, I think we both chose similar ones where you had to scout the field and have bodies on either edge of the board. The Grey Knights one, I think I misread one and again, another thing, I'm just going to throw out that Grey Knight game. My brain wasn't engaged for it. The random cards that I got were very good for my team. I had a death from afar, which is okay. I can probably score a death from afar with a venom cannon. And I also had the what's it called? have two bodies next to an opponent's, so that's great for Nids. And I think I had domination again for the centre, so I just had scoring points left, right and centre on that turn, and that gave me a big point swing. I think that's what gave me the gold coin in the end, the win. The Grey Knights and the Servants of the Abyss came a joint second, which means the Imperial Guard came last. So that is it, that's my hobby vlog. Going into the new year, I think we're going to keep with Star Wars Legion and hopefully playing skirmish games of that. I do have a game of droids and clones coming up this week, which I hope to film. And I've got some Raveners for my Tourney squad, and I've misplaced them now, but I've got an Astartes team as well. Intercessors, Reavers, Scouts with shotguns, veteran, tactical Marines with heavy bolters. It's looking like a sort of 6 to 7 man squad at the moment. So that takes I've got Imperial Guard, I've got Tyranids, I've got Star Striders, and I've got Space Marines. So I'm loving Kill Team. I do hope we see another big announcement for it soon. I'm tempted by Tau, but I don't think I need to explore any new armies for a while now. And also going into Genestealer Cults, I don't know, I've got a real affinity with these alien bug guys. Anyway, that is that. Enjoy the time lapses. See you on the other side. This was at Fanboy 3. Did I mention that it was a £5 entry? Even if you lose, you get your money back as store credit, which I think is fantastic. Because I won, I got an extra £5 on top, and that's what led me to getting a Devastator squad with that credit to give me my heavy bolters, which gave me the start. With having Fangs of Ulfric and giving my Space Marine squad a start. So we'll see that in the near future. I think I'll leave it there. I'm rambling too much now. So thank you very much for watching Mark's Dice Tales. Do use the any affiliate links that you see below. Humble Bundle, Element Games. It just helps me out. And thank you for doing it. Fantastic. Like and subscribe, and Happy New Year, and I hope all your dice go well and everything falls in your favour this year. Thank you very much. Goodbye.